Okay, I'm Chance George. I'm from Network Radio. I host a show on Wednesdays called Truth Talk. It's conspiracy-based topics with our own information and commentary, myself and Paul Webster. And basically what happened is I saw the global march being posted around the world. I linked on the page. I looked for any events in Canada as I attended the GMO march earlier in Brantford a couple months earlier. So once I realized there was nothing in Ontario, there was only one in Montreal and one out west, I decided, someone's got to make a Toronto one. This is a big metroplex city here in Canada. So I created the Toronto page. I knew that I am host of Network Radio, so I thought this is a platform I'd be able to share with people, be able to get the information out. I do a weekly show with all the updates, having all the people turn into a community. Since then, it's grown where thousands of people are checking out our show on the Chemtrails every week. We've had people ordering shirts from us. We've managed to get a lot of people in the streets with these. They're little
information march against chemtrails, and I guess this whole issue. How did you find out about the chemtrails issue, or like what?
The chemtrail issue, once I got into the conspiracy world, and some of the first things that brought me there was 9/11, questioning the official story, seeing the blatant lies and the fallacies that they've portrayed through things like the 9/11 Commission and official media reports. And it's complete BS. And once I got looking into that, it opens a door where I'm going down rabbit holes every night. You go to sleep looking up the New World Order and the global elite, the banker fraud. You wake up discovering geo-engineering, global warming fraud, and the whole story. So once you get a piece of it, you get into the interwoven, connected, the bigger structure of the power elite and the powers that be.
I noticed that we're in St. James Park, which is like the old site of the Occupy Toronto. Is there any connections with the Occupy movement?
I actually had no idea they even did it here. I honestly believed that they did it at Queen's Park because I'm not from Toronto. I come down here and do my job, but I wasn't aware. I basically asked the guys who I'm on delivery all day in Toronto, what's the best place to do a protest? They all said, go down to the park. I guess it's because they saw the Occupy guys here, but completely coincidental, if anything, about the Occupy. I want nothing to do with the Occupy people or any of their corrupt movement that's sponsored by the very people they're going against. So I can't vouch for every single person standing here, but I can vouch for me. I'm real. I'm 100% committed to this. We've had family basically murdered by these people, and there's no way I'm backing down. I'm committed to this, 100%.
Now this is part of a larger protest that's taking place internationally. Do you know very much about the larger organization and who organized the international protest?
Now, basically, the only things I've seen is what some of your reporters have been posting. Is I believe Ryan is his name, the gentleman who's posting.
Ryan Olson.
Yeah, he's been posting a lot of questions online. Now, myself, I refuse to delete it from my site. I've had people basically not threaten, but basically say, "Hey, can you get that out of there? Can you bump this stuff out?" That type of rhetoric. Not even from the admins. Other attendees who were here wanted that stuff removed. Now, if it's true, it has to stay up. If it's a lie, like his accusations, it still has to show up because now people could see what they're saying.
Right.
So I can't be down here claiming to be for truth, host of a show called Truth Talk, and then censor people who have vital questions, the exact same thing that I'm doing. So I looked at all the information. I haven't had enough time to verify anything, to do my own due diligence, but I did see it. It's very disturbing right off the bat to know that we might be attached to a George Soros operation, some sort of Rockefeller money in the global thing. Like you're saying, a lot of people receive packages. How much money went into making these? Is this something that was sponsored? Can somebody prove where they got the money? If I just had one honest guy who said, yeah, I printed these, and I'll show you. I printed all my own cards. It cost me $19 for 1,000. So I mean, I had $20. It's believable that this happened. But if you're sending, like you say, shirts and pamphlets and things all around the world, shipping alone, man, who paid for this?
I'm not your leader. I'm just trying to help get some information out, and I'm on your team. So one of the ladies here, Kathy, has a very good suggestion that since we're all here, we're all informed, and we all have our own different ideas and specialities. Maybe if we would be able to exchange emails. Now this sounds like a daunting process to do here.
And try and maybe end up back here. So we circle. Well, you guys, and there's boots on the ground here. There's troops marching. I'm totally down for being the front of the line too. So we're good.
It's great to have a protest like this. and to increase awareness about these chemtrails and what's in them and what the potential harm is in them. But what do you think the next step for people who want to see these chemtrails stop? As Canadians, what do you think our next step should be in stopping this chemical spraying that's going on?
Well, as Canadians, we have a number of rights that have been endowed to us. There's certain inalienable rights we have: life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, not to be sprayed by these people. So there is some legal precedent. If we leave it up to the politicians that are corrupt that got us into this position, we're never going to get out. We need to take our own stance. More awareness. Maybe if we could try and get some pilots into this, some of the people who are actually spraying, and we need the people who are spraying, we need the people who are involved in these programs to start stepping forward, be the Edward Snowden of the chemtrail movement, and give us the classified information. Somebody's filling these tanks. Call us. Unity is going to help us. That's all I've got for any viable solution. I'm not claiming to be the whole information. I just want to be here and be a part of the team.
Well, good show. Thanks for putting together this protest today.
I'm glad you made it down here.
Yeah, raising information on geoengineering or chemtrails here out in the park. Check out TorontoTruthSeekers.com. Check out Canada Wake's blogspot. Check out assembling.org. And what are your sites?
Network Radio, which is broadcast on WeBookYourShow.com. WeBookYourShow.com. Thanks for all your hard work and for documenting this.
Awesome.
Great. Terrific.
Do a big circle around here. I'm totally willing to lead it, walking up and down, making everybody look at me. Whoever wants to walk behind us, we'll distribute the shirts that were saved for people that no one showed up. And maybe in a few minutes, whoever wants to stay can keep holding it down here in the middle. We're all in this together. We all have children that are our future. There's no point in working against each other. And if I just showed up to see 30 people all in the same like-minded frame as me, you guys can all help us. You can help everyone that's here. Someone might be better at communications. Someone might be better at networking. Someone might be awesome at photography. We have some filmmakers here. Why not work together? You guys are awesome, and you're the resistance.
Yeah. What I have done is I've gone to my own local. I live in Ajax. I went to my operations manager for the environment to see what he knew. And it turns out he knew nothing about chemtrails, and he was the one who's responsible for doing the air quality report for our entire region. So it turns out particulates in the air are not even looked at in air quality studies. We're losing a lot of trees and biodiversity. So that's something as a landscape designer and a horticulturalist I could take to my local people and start going from the science. Because it's one thing to start talking to people. If you're challenging their values and the status quo, you have to go at them from science. And the disinformation starts to get broken down. So that's just what I wanted to contribute today.
Thank you.
We have some of these posters. We can have I see them. We can have these kinds of posters over here. I see them campaign kind of a thing. Huh? Also, the other people that do not know anything about the chemtrails, they're going to begin to see these kinds of posters, and they're going to start to wonder what this is all about.
Mention about chemtrails being a poison word nowadays. Geoengineering is
They will only acknowledge persistent contrails.
scientific
So you say
terminology.
chemtrails, geoengineering.
That one's good.
Well, there is
Google up.
yeah.
Geoengineering.
Well, there is a Weather Modification Act
We're
in
going to start walking
Canada.
that way. Anybody who wants to go with us, we're heading that way.
Awesome. That's one great looking group of well-informed people.
Hot photographer too.
Thank you.
We're talking about weather modification, geoengineering. We're talking about weather modification. Anybody who wants information on what is happening with the plane trails, cities around the world are marching against a plan of geoengineering aerosol spraying. Geoengineering programs. Please Google it when you get home. It is the next thing you type into Google is weather modification and geoengineering Please save our future, our children, and our planet. This is not a conspiracy theory. We are here to help out all of us. Thank you. Go on your phone and type in geo-engineering. You'll be amazed. Please inform yourself about what is happening to our children and our future. This is your planet too. We are just here to try and help bring awareness. Geo-engineering and weather modification. Geo-engineering. Aerosol spraying of weather modification. If you're interested in this information, please take it home and look at Google and type in geo-engineering. You will be amazed to find out that we are being poisoned through a weather modification plan admitted on Canadian government websites. Please Google it and find out what they are, as they are hazardous to your health and your children. Please know that geo-engineering is a poisonous substance that is not here to simply modify the weather. We want to inform you about weather modification and the dangers of geo-engineering aerosol spraying. When you get home, please Google it. Even the officer who is protecting the citizens on the street, you need to protect the citizens from the sky as well. Please Google geo-engineering. It is on Canadian government website of a modification of the Weather Act. This is a very real thing that is poisoning us. Please take some time to look up the information. Geo-engineering.
That's one of my favorite signs here.
Which one?
God with the weather.
Yeah.
Because I was reading, there's a Demonology by King James, and he's talking about that. How was the ancient witchcraft thing was to change make storms. I think, it's like tempests that create storms.
Yeah.
So it's like playing God, but it's a witchcraft. Yeah.
When the crops can be watered and when they can't, and crazy.
Thank you.
Thanks. Actually, flyers here.
Okay, I'll grab one.
Grab a flyer. That lady's got flyers.
Thank you very much.
Do your research, spread the word. Together, we can stop it.
Next one. When's the next one?
Seeds of Death. You can search it online, and it explains what's happening with Monsanto. And it also ties in the chemtrails with Monsanto as well, because you obviously are aware that they're genetically altering the seeds so they'll grow in a chemtrail soil.
Anyone listening on Global Fact, we're basically doing a big gathering in Toronto at St. James Park. We've done a walk. We've also had a group of individuals stick around and hand out information for us. We think this is a major success in being able to communicate with other like-minded individuals and to be able to get information out to people. We were asked by a number of people on our quick march what this was even about. What is a chemtrail? What is a geoengineering? Hopefully sparking the minds and the hearts of the future, our children. This is Chance George reporting.